brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down. Looking to throw. And Lazard's got it again. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. An inside give to Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is? All
right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Open here, Adam Thielen. On the move past the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Nobody leaked. Big play. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Here's Rodgers. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
Throwing on second and 8, Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Cousins from the gun on third. And that is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
Now Cousins on fourth down. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On first and 10, Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Working with a second and 3. They run the counter with Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's third and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Fourth down, Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now Rodgers finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And it's a Packers touchdown. Alan Lazard 39 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Preston Smith there on the stop. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Play action now. Cousins on the move past the 40. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. Again, it's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush.
Touchdown, Vikings! K.J. Osborne in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. A 23-yard run. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joseph on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Packers 7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here comes Rager. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here we go.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 2nd down, Cook. And shutting him off, now open field. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Finding room at midfield. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cobb. So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
8 yards
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
That's good for a green.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Rodgers going to throw. Open man, here is Cobb. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Jones going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Jones again, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Crosby with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Cousins to throw it. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Throwing here, Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nwangu now from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And it's a fumble, and the Packers pick it up.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, Abe. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. But a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. So advantage Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 132 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's a touchdown run from 10 yards out. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play call to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light is still on for him.
From the 44, Rodgers, and Lewis has it, the tight end.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
third down. Here's Jones. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And Crosby missed it. No good. Wide to the left for Crosby. And that changes everything here in OT.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. With this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
To throw again on second down. Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
One overtime. How about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward.
He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Oh, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Over here.
They'll go again to Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
156 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right.
And he's got it down to the 28.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On play action, now Rodgers. On the move to his left. And that will be incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school? That possession is 9/10 of the law.
I didn't cover law school.
Oh, you did? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.